So today we're going to be talking about the male and female reproductive system. So I kind of drew a drawing here for you. So in the male reproductive system, we have the seminal vesicle, deferens, we have the bladder up here, the epididymis, and the testicles. And then over in the female reproductive system, we kind of have the same things, except we have the fallopian tubes, fimbriae, and then the ovaries, the cervix, and then the vagina down at the bottom. And I'll kind of explain those a little bit more in depth. So we have the bladder, where it's where urine is collected in a sac and then later secreted. We have the seminal vesicle, a part of them. This is the male reproductive system. The seminal vesicle, which stores sperm and fluids, so the liquid is like the nutrients to make the sperm more to prevent them from sticking together. Then we have the prostate. So this is a gland that kind of surrounds the bladder and releases prostatic fluid. And then we have the testicle, which produces sperm and testosterone. The epididymis is it matures and stores the sperm for the male body. And then the urethra, which allows passage of urine and sperm into the body and eventually released. And then we have the penis, which is the sperm is placed inside the body of a female as well as for urinating. And then we have the scrotum, which keeps the testes at a lower temperature. And then once we get to the female reproductive, it's kind of the same thing, except like I said, the fallopian tube. So this is kind of just where it holds the egg from the ovary and transports it to the uterus. And then we have the uterus, which is, in quotations, what we would call implantation. This kind of holds the developing embryo as a lining of endometrium. So this forms the placenta. And then we have the fimbriae, which is a series of threads or other projections resembling a fringe. It kind of, in my picture, it kind of drew, it looks like hair, kind of like this. And then we have the ovary, so this produces the egg, in quotations, the ova, and hormones, estrogen and progesterone. So the cervix is a narrow passageway that forms the lower end of a uterus. So you kind of hear of people getting birth control. The birth control kind of helps with the estrogen and progesterone, or both, depending on the form that you get. And then the vagina allows entry of sperm and exit at baby birth, as well as urine. And so that's kind of all I have. Actually, that explains a little bit more. And then I forgot to mention that this part here is the ovary endometrium. And so the LH and the FSH notify and makes the testes secrete testosterone, which then stimulates the sperm transaction. Ovaries and testes release an extraction into the bloodstream. Then the hypothalamus and pituitary notice one increasing, and then they stop secreting the GnRH and the LH, as well as the FSH hormones. The feedback system, to me, I would consider negative when this makes a rising levels of testosterone. The body then creates a hormone inhibin, which when the sperm count is way too high. The menstrual cycle is regulated by luteinizing hormones, follicle stimulating, kind of the hormone within the body. This is produced by the pituitary gland, progesterone, and estrogen. Estrogen and progesterone are important when influencing kind of the cycle, because this signals your breast to prepare for possible fertilization. So the three phases of that are follicular, which would be before the egg, ovulatory, which is when the egg is released, and then the it's kind of just one after the egg. But that's all I have. Thanks.